Hello and happy Wednesday. It's Pastor Kathleen. Quick reminder that if you would like to get these devotionals and the Bible readings sent to your email, you can sign up at findcommunity.com/Bible reading. This week we're beginning a new series, Bumper Sticker Theology. And we're going to be looking at those sayings that we believe to be true and helpful and from the Bible. Perhaps they've been a bumper sticker, or perhaps they're the quips that we use and offer to others, especially when they're going through a tough situation, as a way to encourage them, or a way that we remind ourselves so we can make it through a tough time. So the one for this week is, God will never give you more than you can handle. I've heard that before. Have you? God will never give you more than you can handle. And that's true. That's right. Right? Well, I don't know. Let's look at today's passage. Please listen as I read Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Wow, I love these verses. So who's invited to come to Jesus for help? Anyone who is weary, who is burdened. Anyone who is tired, who is overwhelmed, who is overworked, who has too much to handle. Those are the ones that Jesus invites. And I'm assuming that's all of us. When we are weary, when we have too much to handle, we are invited to come to Jesus. And what's offered? Jesus offers rest. Jesus offers help. And how does that help come? Does the help come by handling more, pushing harder, doing more? Oh, I can do that. And it's not healthy. It's not a healthy way of living. But that's actually not what's offered. What's offered is to come to Jesus and to be more deeply connected to Him. It says to be yoked, to be aligned with Him, to learn of Him, to learn of His ways. That's what the invitation is. And then what comes? Rest. Rest for your souls. Wow. For me to be able to enter into this kind of life, it's a lifelong journey. But it's those life-giving rhythms that help me to do this. And one of those is just the weekly practice of what's often called a Sabbath, or just taking a day of rest and refreshment, a day to stop doing more, and trusting that what most needs to happen will still happen. Things will still get done. Even when I take, in a sense, a real day off, a day to rest, a day to be refreshed, a day to connect more deeply with Jesus. So I encourage you to consider that invitation and that offer when you think that there is too much to handle, when life is too hard and too challenging. And life is hard. I don't think these verses promise that life is going to be easy. There's heartache, there's hardship, there's burdens. But I know that just working harder, just handling more, isn't healthy and actually ends up not being helpful. I find that when I am more aware of God's presence, when I am more connected to Him through those life-giving rhythms, I'm more grounded, I have more peace, I'm able to respond rather than react. I'm able to enter into a lighter way of living when I listen more to God's voice and what He has for me to do, rather than expectations I have of myself, or all the expectations others have of me, or I think they have of me. That's exhausting. That's tiring. That makes things really hard to handle. So I believe that we are offered a different kind of life, a different way of living, having that soulful rest amidst all that's challenging and all that's hard. And I know that I need others. I need community to learn from and with others on this journey, that I don't do it by myself. So just encourage you to think about what's offered in these verses as you think about whether or not God ever gives us more than we can handle, if that's even true of God. And in closing, I'd like to read these verses from the Message translation by Eugene Peterson. So listen to these. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you'll learn how to live freely and lightly. So I hope that we will learn those unforced rhythms of grace and that we will keep company with Jesus.